Wait, don't go anywhere. Somebody asked me a question and I just have to answer it. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss this question. Hello, family. Welcome to Questions and Answers. Let's get to it. All right, so this is episode number 87. Why do you have first and second interviews? 15-minute live Q&A with your CEO 3 times. The real Alisa Applewhite. I am your CEO 3 times. The real Alisa Applewhite, and we are going to answer your questions. So thanks for asking them because we're going to answer them. All right, so 15 minutes already on the clock. Why do we go live Monday through Friday, y'all? It's simple. People keep DMing me, calling me, texting me, sending me messages, asking me different questions about business, healthcare, staffing, being a wife, being a mom, how I do it all, right? And I wish I had 15 minutes to answer each question, so I decided to go live every day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock. You can catch us here on all social media platforms, except Instagram at this time. You know what? I'm going to say Instagram because I'm going to have it uploaded by 12. So 12 o'clock, you can catch us live answering your questions. So keep sending in the questions, y'all, because I love answering your questions. As long as they're appropriate, I am going to answer your question. On Saturdays and Sundays, you can always catch a recording at 12 o'clock of the questions that I answered in the past, so you can utilize something and give you value for your life and your business. All right. So the next one we have is, why do they call me CEO 3 times, y'all? It's simple. We all CEO 3 times in our lives, right? We either parents, we're either workers or in our business, or we're doing something for our community, right? So we are all CEO 3 times. So, but we are CEO 3 times, me and my husband, because we have 3 companies, y'all. So you look at all the logos around you. These are our companies. This represent who we are. We have top of the line healthcare staffing. This is the healthcare staffing company that staffs medical professionals in hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes. Then we have TOTLHS Heart to Go Inc. This is our nonprofit, right? This is the baby that helps do all the holistic things to take care of our medical professional. This also houses the Heart to Go Gala, which we have every year for our medical professionals to show them appreciation, to show that we love them. So if you want to be a sponsor of that, please reach out. We take sponsors all the time. All right. And then we have the real Alisa Applewhite Consulting. This is the consulting company that has brought you live Q&A with your CEO 3 times, me, Alisa Applewhite. Not only has it done that, but we help everyday medical professionals to help everyday medical professionals to be the best staff that they could potentially be. We take everyday people like you and show you how to build a healthcare staffing agency from ground to government. And we also partner with hospitals, doctors' offices, hospitals and nursing homes on how to retain their medical professionals. People always ask me, Alisa, why do you do that plus healthcare staffing? Because my goal, my only goal in everything I do in healthcare is to make sure we're getting accountable, professional, and compassionate medical professionals at the bedside of patients. That's my only goal, right? Then not only do we do that, but we have partnered with public school systems, and we teach children, teenagers, and also middle schools how to start building generational wealth, how to just know the basics on how to survive when they get out of high school, right? And also how to build a business while they're in high school. Hey, I'm excited about that one. Just generational and education that generational wealth education that kids just need to have. I'm so excited about the consulting company because we also have the podcast, y'all, Beyond the Scrubs podcast. So with Beyond the Scrubs podcast, we get everyday medical professionals up there. We actually meet strangers in the street and record their patient experience. Not only their patient experience, but we also get medical professionals on the podcast that tell us their medical stories, y'all. I'm telling you, medical healthcare is like a soap opera by itself, is a whole universe by itself, and I just want people to know about it, right? So we do that, and then we have one more big thing that I will not announce until all the paperwork is done, but this is so exciting. This is going to be huge. This is huger than I ever imagined, and I'm just so excited about it. I'm telling you, this one is going to be everything. Everything. All right, so let's get back on track because we got 9 minutes on the clock. Y'all know I like to honor y'all time like y'all respect my time. All right, so this is episode number 87, meaning I've been live 87 days. Clap it up for you, girl. Clap it up for your girl. I've been live 87 days, y'all. Woo, 87 days. All right, so episode number 87. Why do you have first and second interviews? All right, so this is a good question. I'm so glad somebody answered this. Remember, I give you 3 tips on what I think because you asked me the question. All right, so the reason why you have first and second interviews, the first one is because first interviews are for the employee, right? So for the employee or the employer, the employee. Right. So you're checking out your employee, seeing what's going on. Your employee is checking out you, seeing if this is the staffing agency I want to work at, seeing if this is the company that I want to work at. Right. So it's really for you to get a feel for the employee, whoever the hiring person is. Right. So I always advise people, you have first, second interviews, and sometimes depending on the position, you have third interviews. Yes, it's beautiful. Give me 1 second. And sometimes depending on the position, you have third interviews, but your first interview is the first interview. Amazing. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
The first interview is about y'all know Amazing be popping in these videos. Is about you wrote on your face. Go get a rag and wipe your face. Go get a rag and wipe your face.
Mommy.
You wrote on your face. All right, so Amazing. Give me 1 second. So the first interview is pretty much about the employee. It's about the employee getting to know the employer, and you, whoever's interviewing that person, they getting to know that employee, and then say, I think this might be an option for the team. I think this might be great for the team. So let's bring them into the team to get the second interview, which we'll talk about. But that first interview is just that meet and greet. Really basic stuff, asking questions like how can you take stuff to the next level? Why do you feel like you'll be a fit to the company? Really, really basic questions. So that's that first interview. And you can do this with office staff and medical professionals. It's totally up to you how you want to do it, right? But in healthcare staffing, a lot of medical professionals, they do usually one interview if they interview at all. They just used to doing the paperwork and getting them to work, right? So that's what makes top of the line healthcare staffing different. We actually want to get to know our people and build relationships with our people. So we actually get them to meet the team, right? It's different. We hit different. All right. So then why do you have first and second interviews? The second interview is for your team, right? So if you are hiring in office staff, your team needs to interview the people that you're hiring to be in their office, right? They need to just ask them questions, get a feel for them, right? Sometimes this can be wrong because your team might feel intimidated and it might feel like it's somebody that's trying to replace them. But if you establish from your team from the start that, hey, you're not replaceable if you do your job, if you do whatever you have to do, you're following our KPIs, we keep reaching our numbers, right? So you are here, you hold your position, right? Always let your staff know if they hold their position. Always let your staff know if they're not. Like, look, you slacking and this ain't gonna work for us, right? You got to be honest with your staff. That's a whole nother question. Oh God, that's a whole nother question. Somebody asked that question. God knows I want to answer that one. All right, so But second interviews are normally for your team. So if you hiring like a secretary or you hiring a recruiter or account manager, that second interview that person comes in, your team should be there to interview them. Ask them questions that they feel like will help in that role that they're applying for, just to see how they're going to respond to stuff, right? This is when you get to walk them around the office to see, hey, this is what you're going to do, or you get them some type of brief orientation to get the feel of, hey, this is what we do in this particular setting, in this area that you're going to work in, right? So the second interviews are for the team. All right, so we do the what? Why? I'm thinking and I'm listening to amazing at the same time. Episode number 87. Do you have first and second interviews? And the third one is interviews help both parties. So this is so true, right? So some people have third interviews, and that's a whole nother question. But why do you have first and second interviews? Because interviews help both parties, and it helps the employee to say, hey, you know what? I want to work for this agency. I want to be a medical professional at this agency. I want to be an employee at this company. I want to be an employee in this business. It gets the company to show, not just put on a show for, hey, this is the interview. Everything's going to be perfect, da, 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 but it gives that employee a chance to come into that business a second time when everybody's probably not prepared, and get to see the real morale of the business, right? And to get to feel it, right? You can also do, this is really good, if you are interested in an employee, you can say, hey, come and orientate with the staff, or just watch, right? You don't have to orientate. You just come in and watch that position and see if you like it, if you are interested in that employee, right? And even if you're not interested, don't waste their time. Just don't waste their time. But if you're interested in, let them do a shadow shift where they can come and shadow to see if that's something that they're interested in. This is another way you can help college students and high school students by allowing them to come in and do shadow shifts, and just picking up little jobs as like interns, right? So another free way of getting help is to hire an intern. But that's another subject. Why do you have first and second interviews? I'm trying to stay on subject, y'all, because it helps both parties. It lets the employee know, hey, this is a place I want to work. They are concerned about me, my well-being, based on your interview process. And then it helps the employer know, hey, this person's committed. They came to a second interview. Okay. Were they on time? Were they consistently late? How did they show up? What did they look like? Was they dressed to impress, or was they just coming in accepting a job, right? It gives you a second eye view on, is this employee going to act like this or be, potentially like this when I hire them full-time into my business. All right, so we like to go over it again. Why do you have first and second interviews? First interviews are for the employee. All right, and then the second interview is for the team. And then the third interview, the interviews are, why do you have first and second interviews? Because interviews help both parties. All right, so you can follow me on all social media platforms at The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that is The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that is The Real Alisa Applewhite, y'all. I want you to go to my YouTube channel now. The Real Alisa Applewhite. Right now, go subscribe to the channel, okay? Right now, at this moment, stop, go subscribe to the channel. If you are on YouTube, subscribe right now. Press the big subscribe button. This helps me to get the information out to you that I need to get out to you. This helps me to answer very advanced questions, and it helps me to help you not only to build your own healthcare staffing agency, but to help build your business and help you with things in your business, in your life, right? So make sure you're subscribing to my YouTube channel now at this moment. All right, we got 1 minute on the clock. And I'm going to say this to y'all. I absolutely love you. I don't even know who half of you are that have come, but I want to say thank you so much for deciding to spend your time with me, for giving me your time, because you woke up this morning and you could have been anywhere in the world at 12 o'clock, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And I want to thank you for that so much. But I promise you, I want to tell you, I also love you. I don't even know you, right? But I love you. But I promise you, there's no love like the love that God has for you. So I cannot say this enough. Go build a relationship with your creator, because when you build your relationship with your creator, there's not a devil in hell that can come and shake you, y'all. You are on firm ground when you have a personal, intimate relationship with God. So go ahead, go create that relationship. God loves you way more than any human alive. Mama, daddy, kids, husband, spouse. God loves you way more than any human alive. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of that relationship. All right. So I'm going to end with this millionaire mindset in mind. Love you, family. See you tomorrow. Alisa Applewhite, your CEO 3 times. This is going to be a millionaire mindset. Tip number 1, your new friends' conversation should make your old friends uncomfortable or intrigued. Let that sink in.